Hello, my powerful Leos, and welcome to my channel, the Zodiac Love Tarot. This is your Leo 2020 Astrology Yearly Tarot Forecast. And I know it's going to be exciting for you this year because I've already started to look at the planetary transits that are going through your houses. And I think you're going to have just so much transformation. It's going to be amazing. And with Saturn and Pluto, they're going to be giving you some lessons, but we hope the lessons aren't too hard. So when I do this reading, that is the Celestial Tarot Wheel of Life reading, which goes from January all the way to December and all the way through the houses, are going to tell me the exact messages that these planets are trying to send you so that you know how to avoid the pitfalls or how to enjoy what is coming for you and enjoy your gifts that the planets are going to be sending you as well, because I actually believe that challenges that they send you are also really gifts for you to have personal growth, spiritual growth. And speaking of that, if you don't know much about me or have never been to my channel, please check out my readings in December and November for you, because that has a lot of karmic cleansing in it going into 2020. That will be super helpful for you to get started with that. And we'll just get started here. We'll go down to the cards. And here is the spread that I was telling you about, the celestial spread. And I just also want to go ahead and light this romance candle for you, because in 2020 I want to make sure you have some good romance going on, and I also want you to have a very peaceful life. So I'm going to light this candle for you here, and then I'm going to give the cards a couple of shuffles, because I'm putting that Leo energy in here, although I have already done this shuffle a few times for you, Leo, just because I wanted to make sure that all of that energy was in there. And I've also thought about your energy that was in November and December and how you can use that strength that you have, your inner will, to get through this month of 2020. But we also just want to see those messages. So let's just get started, shall we? So this is January, like I said, and it goes around. So February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December. So this is going to be your house of personality, your first house. But this is also January, where they have Saturn that's conjunct Pluto and a lunar eclipse coming for you. And then the Saturn conjunct Pluto is in your 6th house, and then the lunar eclipse is in your 12th house. So we're going to be talking about something that's going to get your personal identity, something about your self-image is going to feel a lot better when we have these messages from Saturn and Pluto. And it's going to revolve around like what you do with your routines, and it's also going to revolve around how you reflect. So let's see what you got. Also, you and I are sitting here together, so some of these cards may be in reverse for you, so I'll let you know. But this is the Two of Wands that came out for January. And this is Cetus, and there's some Earth energy here, and there's also this Aries energy, which tells me that the message that you're getting from Saturn and Pluto is going to be that you need to get out. You need to initiate some outdoor time in January for sure. That's just jumping right out at me, because I don't know if you're just staying in the gym all the time, or because I know Leos, you guys, you like to stay in shape, you like to do good for your body, but it may be that you need a change of scenery or something here in January. And then you have this Two of Wands, which means that, there's going to be this start of something really good for you. And it could be some kind of also maybe some travel plans going on in the month of January, which is awesome, because most people don't get to go away too often for January, but it looks like you might be able to, and that could be that outdoor retreat that you're looking for. And that's also going to help you internally in your 12th house and create spiritual awareness for you. Oh, that's a beautiful card to start out with, even though it looks kind of menacing because this is Cetus, but this is actually a triumph card because Cetus was defeated, all right, by Perseus. Okay, so now this next card is going to be in February. This is your house of finance and substance, and in this is also may have some planets that will be talking to us. So let's see what you have here. Okay, so you've got upright for you the Seven of Pentacles, and this is a sacrifice card. So this is telling me that in your finances, in the month of February, you're going to have to make some sacrifices. And there's going to be this Virgo energy here and also Mercury energy. So what they're saying is you need to get organized in February. You need to make sure you save your money. I mean, this is really clear because sacrifice is, you have to sacrifice all those pleasures that you like, Leo. Well, maybe not all of them, but some of them to really, put some coins in the bank to, stack that bank. So that's what this is telling you, and that's a message there from Mercury. So let's see what we have as a message for March. And you have, let's see, I don't see any transits in March, so this is just going to be a straight message for your third house of communication. And this is the Ace of Wands. And again, we have this Aries energy, except that this time it was upside down, but it's this Aries energy, and it's also Venus energy. So this is telling me you need to be very careful with what you say for your communication in March, or basically don't start anything with anybody. Like you may feel the need to challenge everything, but you really need to use some of this Venus energy to just, bring some love to the situation, because it seems to me like in March, communication is going to be challenging. You're going to feel like challenging a lot of people because that's what you have here in Aries, and it's okay to use this Aries energy. Just be cautious about it and make sure you bring your, heart chakra to the table. Okay, so that's going to help with your communication in March. Then we move on to April, and this is going to be your home and family. And in April, we have Jupiter and Pluto coming on the scene, and this could be a great opportunity for wealth and abundance, especially if you had used this card correctly. So, and then that'll bring money into the family. So let's see what happens. Oh, right. Okay, so what we have here, and this is upside down for you, is the Hanged Man. And so this is basically, you feel in April like you're making a lot of sacrifices, and you maybe feel a little bit upset about it. Like you're just working very hard, and Jupiter is not bringing the abundance that you thought right away, but you really want this card upright. And so what this is telling me is that Neptune has a message for you to stay the course, reflect on the things that are important. And if your mind is telling you that you're doing everything for everybody else and that you're not getting reciprocation from other people, that could put a lot of bitterness in your heart. So you don't want that to happen in the family situation. Maybe you feel like you're doing everything for everybody else and no one else is bringing anything in to the family, especially when it comes to money, abundance, and wealth, because that's what Jupiter and Pluto have to offer you. But the message here from Jupiter and Pluto is just to say, go back and reflect and make sure that you're being honest with yourself. Are you doing everything for everybody because that's the only option? Maybe another person's not in a good as good a situation as you are. Maybe you have a better job or something like that. So that is going to be a lesson that is from Jupiter and Pluto. But if you can just hang in there and not feel like you're the only one pulling the weight, and also bring that Venus energy with you, then you will have wealth and abundance coming into your family. And then somebody else, seeing that you're happy about what you're doing, will possibly be able to have better self-confidence to go out and maybe get a job and help you as well. So that's a strong message right there, very strong message. Okay, so in May, we're talking about your creativity. I really want to see something good here because Venus is going in retrograde in your 11th house. So that tells me that you're going to really get involved with your friends in the month of May to do something very creative. So let's find out what's going on. All right, so then you have the Six of Cups. You have this Hercules. It's upside down for you, the Six of Cups. And with Hercules, though, you have to remember that he went on these 12 labors and he was very victorious, and he's a very strong individual in Greek mythology. And there's also this scorpion energy here. So whatever you're bringing to the table, it has a lot of passion and a lot of strength, and it has to do with your friends, and it has to do with your creativity. And with the Six of Cups being in reverse for you, that means that you have to think about, in your creativity, being realistic, because this could be, with it being upside down, there's some things that are unrealistic. So make sure that if you're starting something new with your friends in the month of May that's creative, that you're realistic about the project. And don't think that being realistic means don't do it. It just means, like, maybe reroute your expectations of what you think will come of that, because it could just be that the project or the creativity that you're starting is something that's going to that's only going to be fruitful in the long run. So sometimes you have to be realistic about your goals, because I know, Leo, you can jump ahead and you can say, well, I started this and I started that, why isn't it working? You just have to stick with it. This is what this is telling me here. Okay, awesome. Especially with Venus in retrograde, there's a lesson to be learned there. And it's just saying you're starting a new project, creativity, and to make sure you're realistic about it. And then in June, we're going to be talking about going back to a routine here. And then in June, you also have a lunar eclipse. So that tells me, again, going back to a routine. And because maybe at this point you've come off of a routine a little bit and you need to get back into things. So let's take a look at this. Yes, here's the summer card in June, and you have the Princess of Wands. Okay, and then you have also Cancer energy and your own personal Leo energy in here, and then you also have Virgo energy. So this is a really, really wonderful, wonderful card in June. This is also, again, in your with this lunar eclipse in your 5th house, this is telling me that creativity that you had in June, as long as you stick to it and your routine was good, that is going to already start to blossom. Because with this summer card, we have those blossoms out there in full force, Leo. Awesome. That's an awesome card to get in June. Okay, and it's the beginning of the summer, and just look at that. That's such a beautiful card. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to slap that in your face, but this is such a beautiful card. Okay, I love that kind of energy. And like, again, if you didn't know much about me, I am an empath, so I feel the energy from the cards, and I can feel it coming from you when you get excited. Okay, so stay excited and give me a like and give me a comment and give me some engagement and everything, and stay with me because you got a little bit more left to go, okay, Leo? So don't drop off on me. Okay, so now we are going into July, and look at this. You're going on a trip in July, and it's going to be super fun. You're going to go with you're going to go with your friends, and you're going to take somebody you probably care about. And this is also happening in your house of partnership. So this sounds like a beautiful, beautiful time to get away with your romantic lover and just have a lot of fun and use those emotions in there. And what a beautiful, beautiful time. And also you have Saturn returning in July, and that's going to mean that it's usually Saturn will give you a lesson about partnership. So if this is you're going on this journey with this particular person maybe that you care about here, there might be a lesson to be learned on that trip, but let's hope it's a good lesson. And this next card that I pull has something to do with intimacy, so that'll tell me if the lesson that Saturn had for you is going to be a positive lesson or a negative lesson. So let's just check it out. And also, here's your romance candle. Okay, so here we go. Intimacy. And oh my gosh, this is amazing that you got this and it was upright. Basically, this is the swan, and it's saying that it's smooth sailing. Imagine the swan, he or she or it is out on the water, and it's just majestic. The water is calm, everything is smooth, and that's exactly what this card means. There's a lot of what you've learned out of that relationship to get you closer to a wonderful intimacy is this forward thinking. It's almost like you were able to reflect on that trip, especially with that Neptune energy, maybe even get in touch with like your psychic abilities, and you also lost a lot of your delusionments, and then you became super ready for intimacy, and your deeper feelings are very smooth, and in August it looks like smooth sailing. Awesome. That's so cool, Leo. I want to go. Take me with you. All right, so now we're talking about September, which is your foreign travel, and it seems to me like you already jumped the gun and got out there, but now Mars is going to be retrograde for you coming in September. So let's just see, maybe card is going to be about rest and relaxation. Oh my goodness, yes it is. It's the Leo card. It is upside down though, so what this is telling me is that you're taking a breather, and this is you. There you are, and you have just reached your pinnacle in September, and you're feeling amazing. Even with Mars in retrograde, this means that you'll be able to come home from that trip and finish up some projects. But this tells me when it's upside down that you're a little burnt out, you're a little bit tired, but you're still in your element, and so that's amazing. And with the foreign travel thing, you know, maybe I was thinking that that trip would come up afterwards, but you already went on it, so you jumped the gun for me, Leo. All right, let's get into October, and let's check out what's going on with your career, and let's just pull that card right there. So we have the Two of Swords, and it's upside down, and this is lupus. So with the Two of Swords being upside down, it means you're indecisive for some reason about your career. And you might have just had so much fun over the summer, and you remembered, you know, a lot of this sacrifice that you had back in April. And so now you're thinking, was it really worth it, all the sacrifice, or could I do better? Could I find something better? And, oh, let me turn this up right for you. Sorry about that. I read in reverse, so there's that. So there's also this Libra energy here, and then this Uranus energy. This is basically telling me that you're just kind of wondering if the job that you're doing is worth it. But I really think, you know, it's just another one of those things that you need to hang in there with, because maybe that creative project will work out for you. But I think you need to just hold on to that other job just a little bit longer. Don't let it get you down, even though you just come off of that, you know, wonderful summer vacation. All right, so just hang in there. All right, so there we go. Let's take that card down, and then now we're into November, which I think is going to be interesting because you have a lunar eclipse in your 11th house of the house of friends, and you also are in your 11th house here in November on this particular spread card. So let's just see what happens for you. All right, you have the Scorpio card, and you have the Death card, and the Death card is upside down. So now you're feeling stuck for some reason, stuck with your friends. Something's not going too well for you in the 11th house for some reason. It could just be some group dynamics aren't working out, or some hopes and wishes maybe didn't work out so well for you at this time. But I really think that as long as you bring your Leo strength into this situation, you're going to be able to basically pull through, because in December you have a solar eclipse coming in your 5th house of creativity. So this just could mean that the project that you started, if it was with a friend, it just feels kind of still like it's not going as well as you hoped. And remember when we talked about that long-term haul here about, you know, having to sacrifice with that creativity going on. And then this is a long labor card right here, because Hercules went through these labors, but it was the creativity that you were after. And I believe that maybe you started something, and now in November it hasn't gone as well as you wanted. But this is why we do these readings, because we want to make sure that you kind of avoid this feeling of inertia, or this bitterness maybe towards a friend because something didn't particularly work out. And with this card here in your house of career, it's telling me that you're trying to make this decision, and you're just kind of feeling a little bit bitter about it. But I don't really think you need to feel bitter, because I still, like I said, it's just a sacrifice and a long haul. And so just stick with it, and also maybe stick with the job that you're doing too, because doing two together may give you a sense of stability. Now, in December, let's see what's going to happen. It seems like you had such a really good start over here. There was some money that you saved. There was basically some energy here from Venus that you had, and a couple of warnings from Saturn and Pluto. So let's just see in December, this is your 12th house of hidden resources. And also you have Saturn and Jupiter coming into your house in December as well, your 12th house. So this is going to be, you know, something that could really turn out well for you. And let's take a look. Okay, so you got the Lyra card, and this means, and it's also the Seven of Wands. So that's the Lyra card there, Seven of Wands. And so this just means that there's going to be some sort of challenge. And here's actually Jupiter right there giving you a message. It's Jupiter in the corner. I don't know if you can see that. And then there's also Sagittarius. So this is telling me that there's some sort of challenge at the end of December going into 2012. This particular challenge, again, is going to take some sacrifice, but I think that Jupiter is telling you that he's on your side. And especially with this in the 12th house, you just need to have this spiritual awareness that whatever decision you have to make in December, and using these Seven of Wands and also using this Lyra, that you protect yourself and you just stay self-aware. And those are your hidden talents, to protect your energy and stay self-aware. And then there's going to be a decision. So I was kind of hoping to see, you know, some sort of card of like you sitting in like your power, Leo, but we did see that already. We did see that here in September. So you were sitting in your power, but then you have some choices coming up after September into December, and some more sacrifice, but you need to stay. That's the message that Saturn and Jupiter are telling you, is that as long as you stay in your power, you're definitely going to be able to use this power to make that decision that's coming up in December. And you may even in December decide that something just doesn't serve you anymore, but it's going to be a big decision. I wouldn't be surprised if in 2020 I saw, you know, like the Judgment card or something like that coming out for you. All right, so big decision in December. We don't know what it is, but we'll see. All right, well, that was really cool. I really like your summer the best. I think that it sounds like you're going to have some fun. There's a lot of things going on here with balance, and I know there's going to be a little bit of struggle along the way, but you have all that strength, all the strength that is necessary, and then that project is going to blossom. But it just may not, it may take longer than you thought for it to work out, and then in the later months in November and December, you're going to just be making all these choices. But just make sure that you tell the truth to yourself and you stay in your power. And that's the message that, you know, Jupiter's trying to give you, is that luck will be on your side as long as you stay positive. Okay, all right, Leo, so that was beautiful. That was a wonderful reading. It sounds like there's going to be some romance and there's going to be some fun, and it's going to start off, you know, with a bang. So just if you like this video, please give me a like and give me a share and subscribe to my channel. And I'm so sorry right now, like I have to work in the morning, so I'm a little bit drained, so I'm starting to kind of fall off my path here. But I really would like some engagement, and I'll check that engagement in the morning. If you could please leave me a comment, because I'd really like to see it, because that would make my work day go a lot better, is to get some feedback from you, my Leos. And like I was saying, in November and December, I have some really cool Leo friends, and if they're watching, please, you know, give me a text tomorrow or something like that. And if you're new to my channel, you can always reach me at askjenniferwinters.com. All right, and I hope to see you in February. Please give a like and a comment. Bye-bye.